Overlord K here, bringing you some more pool action from EVO 2019. The next matchup, we have a round 3 play, in which the match is going to be against Rujo Kuma versus Mystic Bill. Mystic Bill just got off stage playing Super Akuma on the EVO official stream, and I haven't seen any matches of Rujo Kuma to see what kind of action he's going to bring. There is a little bit of a controversy in which right before the match, Rujo Kuma actually moved on because footwork did not show up to his pool. So let's see how this match continues on as we move forward. So we have a Steve versus Katarina matchup. Oh, starting off with a beautiful counter hit. Mystic Bill is able to take this all the way to the wall, even though that this stage is very massive. Finishes up with those nice lefts and is able to get a sweep, and then we go back to standard play, but already at a 70% health loss from Rujo Kuma. Rujo Kuma answers back with a nice counter hit. Takes it to the wall, doesn't get any wall damage, but Mystic Bill is able to close out round 1 with just some very basic mid pokes. We see Kuma's utilizing a lot of the side steps with Steve, just kind of looking for Katarina's linear play. Another back 4, working on that low, looking for another counter hit. I don't think that was the most optimal counter or optimal punish on that wall standing 1-2 from Steve, but Katarina's still keeping it fairly even. This is going to be kind of a bloodbath in which both characters are looking for counter hits, and their low games respectively just are low output with damage outside of Snake Edge, but I highly doubt we're going to see too many Snake Edges coming out of Katarina. Some nice mids that are able to convert into just some little extra damage. Unable to push it all the way back to the wall. Steve gets a very good duck punish. And there's a low, getting low parried. This isn't going to end the round, but it's going to do a lot of damage and put Mystic Bill at a disadvantage. Very beautiful block. Let's see if Katarina... Oh, Mystic Bill was hitting a button, getting in. That is the fastest rage art in the game, coming out at 10 frames. And it is a high, so you have to duck it. If you block it, it's safe. But with that 10 frame, he was able to catch Mystic Bill coming in at him, trying to finish the round. Ooh, a beautiful duck into launcher. Rujo Kuma is able to push it, but drops the combo. Very unfortunate. Goes for another launcher. Rather than that guaranteed damage, he's looking for kind of Mystic Bill to kind of overstep his bounds when he's negative, but Mystic Bill doesn't do that. He's playing fairly safely. Another beautiful low parry. This should be able to take it to the wall. And another drop. What is that, the third drop already in round 1? But luckily, because it's Steve, he's able to close it out with a very juicy mid. Oh, a beautiful whiff punish for that forward 2. Just kind of drops that hammer. The rise and fall of a boxer. But Mystic Bill is able to get a launcher, unable to take it all the way to the wall, but he's able to keep up on pressure, gets that nice guaranteed damage off the ground. And now we're in a very familiar spot, and we finish it just like we finished it in round 1 with some nice mid pokes, giving Mystic Bill the first round. Looks like Kuma is taking immediately to stage select. Let's see if he wants a stage with walls or not. Yep, he picks a fairly standard stage with the geometric plane. It's a nice square stage, no wall breaks, no kind of weird things. And it's not an overly large map. So both characters will be able to utilize kind of more wall damage, especially Steve. His wall carry isn't as great as a lot of the other characters, so we'll see if Kuma is able to utilize a lot of those tactics as we enter into round 2. Let's see if Kuma starts off with a sidestep. Yep, he's working on that sidestep. Starts with the pressure. Both characters are now just working on straight mid pokes. Some nice duck, but doesn't get a lot of punish out of it, just kind of working those lows. Just slowly chipping away. Both characters, that's the only thing that they're really getting out of. A nice low parry, and Steve is able to take this just a little bit. He tries to set up, but with a nice little toe kick, Mystic Bill gets out of there. no problem. A nice spinning punch as an active mid. Keeps up on those pressures and works those positive frames, is able to get a knockdown, and Katarina is stuck in the corner. Katarina really definitely needs to get out. Using that rage drive to get positive frames, tries to set up a throw, but Kuma is able to duck that. Kuma's reaction speed on ducking is very good. I'm wondering if that is purely reaction or if he's just ducking to be just kind of proactive with whatever Mystic Bill is being thrown out. Oh, and we get a launcher with just kind of open-ended. This should take it to the wall, and we are able to get kind of max damage with that mid poke into the series of threes and close that out just with our mid poke. Very generic, down forward one. Very good move. Both players are playing in that neutral game again. We actually haven't seen too much sidesteps out of Mystic Bill, especially compared to Kuma. And as soon as I say sidestep, Kuma has a beautiful sidestep, but gets the wrong punish. A nice counter hit. This should take it to the wall. Let's see if he's able to get the max damage. He goes for kind of the safer option. And, oh! Beautiful Steve is able to set up that back sway into reposition. Gets a free kind of wall bound in which you are able to get those jab combos. But even with those beautiful setups, beautiful play, Mystic Bill closes it out with a rage drive. Mystic Bill has been throwing out a lot more mids, especially compared to lows, since he's been low parried 3 times. Gets a nice string action and just kind of puts it at negative. Rujo does see that that string is steppable, gets a good step, nice punish, drops it a little bit too early. So that's about the 4th combo that he's dropped thus far. And some nice wall damage. So far this wall selection has been negative, but with a gorgeous low crush, Kuma's able to take it back and finishes the combo with a rage art, and this should finish it up, tying up the rounds. So Rujo Kuma is staying, gripping on to his tournament life right now, just trying to stay ahead. Some nice throws, and another low parry. He is just looking and baiting that so well. Not the greatest Twin Fang, another Twin Fang that catches, a nice low setup, and this might, oh, I thought it was going to catch the wall, it was a little off axis, and now Mystic Bill is trying to answer back with a lot of her strings and lows. He's got to watch out. Ooh, he's been catching Rujo Kuma a lot with that rage art. A little shimmy with the blocks, and then finishes it up with a mid. So with that, Rujo Kuma is able to tie it up, and Mystic Bill is deciding that he doesn't really like this stage. So let's see if he's going to select something with a little bit longer walls, or and then he selected very fast. It looked like the Machina complex, which is kind of the most basic kind of wall stage. Yeah, the Mishima Dojo. So we'll see if this stage select works in Mystic Bill's favor. He was able to get some very nice wall combo damage, much more wall combo damage compared to Steve. So let's see how both these players are going to be approaching this final game. I'm expecting a sidestep. Yep, both players kind of start off the exact same way. Rujo Kuma is able to get a nice counter hit and already bring it to the wall. This is a smaller stage compared to Geometric Dojo that we were on before, in which, let's see if Katarina is able to utilize it. I would still put a slight favor into Steve, as he's just a beast of a character. Steve is able to throw out a couple mids, but unable to catch that counter hit. He's trying to stay at positive frames. A sidestep gets caught a little bit, and just with a high-low combination, Mystic Bill is able to close out that round. Mystic Bill now backing up, and immediately Kuma's just kind of dashing in, trying to capture a lot of that space, but a lot of strings, a lot of safe mids, and just trying to set up the mix-ups for later in the round. And a snake edge! Of all the low parries that are going on, he gets hit with a snake edge. Oh, but Mystic Bill drops the combo, and a beautiful setup with Rujo Kuma. Drops the last little hit. It was a little off axis compared to what he was expecting for, but a really nice conversion he was able to set up. Both players have rage. It looks like Rujo Kuma goes for a little bit of wall damage. He tries a backswing to reposition throw, but Mystic Bill is able to Rage Art out of that, so the throw does absolutely nothing, and that is now on game point as we're going into this final match. Mystic Bill starts off very aggressively compared to backing up, which he's done so far. It looks like both players are working on a nice counter hit, and it looks like the official has called the match. As we stated that before, footwork was DQ'd beforehand. That's why Rujo Kuma advanced. But it seems like that disqualification was an error. So Rujo Kuma is going to actually have to play footwork. And then the winner of that game is going to have to play against Mystic Bill. So we're going to have to wait until that match is concluded to find out the finale.